Cup Wolverhampton Wanderers vs Brentford prediction, team news, lineups preview. One of only two All-Premier League FA Cup third-round replays takes place at Molineux on Tuesday evening, as Wolverhampton Wanderers renew hostilities with Brentford. Gary O'Neill's side held out for a 1-1 draw at the GTEC Community Stadium on January 5, despite playing over 80 minutes of the contest with a numerical disadvantage. Match preview. The taxing trip to West London was seemingly destined to have been a rather pointless affair for the Wolves contingent 2 Fridays ago, as in a calamitous first half against Brentford. João Gomes was given his marching orders 9 minutes in before Neil Maupay propelled the Bees into a late lead. However, whatever choice words O'Neill had during the halftime break for his 10 men went down a treat, as Brentford failed to make their extra player count and succumbed to a 64th-minute equaliser from Tommy Doyle, set up by none other than proficient playmaker Pedro Neto. Thanks in no small part to the Portuguese's 8th assist of the season, only Bukayo Saka 11 and James Ward-Prowse 10 boast more among Premier League players in all competitions this term. Wolves have the chance to right a few wrongs this week, having taken Liverpool to a replay in the 2022-23 third round only to suffer defeat in the return match. Since the start of the 2017-18 campaign, O'Neill's troops have also bowed out to Swansea City and Manchester United in identical circumstances. But during their time as a top-division club, it has been 49 years since the hosts were eliminated from the third round in back-to-back campaigns. Doyle's equaliser also ensured that Wolves' unbeaten run would stretch to 4 matches across all competitions. And none of their last 8 matches at Molineux has ended in defeat. A 3-0 beating of Everton on December 30 marked their 4th win from 5 on familiar territory. From a Brentford perspective, playing out a low-scoring stalemate with Wolves at least represents an improvement on their 4-1 home drubbing at the hands of O'Neill's troops in late December, but the sense of frustration around the GTEC Community Stadium was palpable nonetheless. A dispirited Frank insisted that his charges only had themselves to blame for their failure to get the job done at the first time of asking, but there was another small positive aspect of their draw in the capital. Their 5-game losing run did not become a sickening 6-game streak of successive defeats. As is the case with Wolves, the Bees also head to Molineux with the aim of avoiding successive third-round exits. West Ham United condemned them to a premature elimination this time last year, although that represents their only defeat at this stage in the past 5 editions. However, not since overcoming Sunderland in the 2005-2006 season, when the Bees were plying their trade in League One, have they sent a Premier League team packing in the FA Cup. Although from their last 2 third-round replays against Walsall 1988-89 and Southend United 2012-13, Brentford have prevailed in both of them. Whether such positive and negative historical omens have a significant bearing on Tuesday's result remains to be seen. But Brentford were beaten 2-0 at Molineux in an April 2023 Premier League fixture, offering the home faithful hope of a hitherto unexpected 4th-round trip to near neighbours West Bromwich Albion. Team news. Having been ejected from the field for an early rash challenge on Brentford's Christian Norgard, Wolves' Fulcrum Gomez begins a 3-game ban this week, and O'Neill's midfield options are also depleted by the absence of Mario Lemina for personal reasons. Boubacar Traoré, Ryan Ait-Nouri, and effervescent striker Hwang Hee-chan are also away with their national teams for a number of weeks, while Johnny remains out of the first-team picture due to a training ground incident. And the issues which kept Craig Dawson-Knee and Hugo Bueno knocked out of the initial draw will need a closer look at in the coming hours. Jose Sa will continue to guard the posts while Daniel Bentley is on the way back from an unspecified operation. And unless O'Neill sees fit to deploy Joe Hodge in place of Gomez, Neto could be reintroduced into the 11 as Jean-Rickner Bellegarde drops deeper. The Gomez challenge on Norgard, which warranted a red card, also forced the Brentford captain to call it a night in the 11th minute of the match. Although Frank was none the wiser about the severity of his ankle problem immediately after the match. The Bees' list of guaranteed absentees refuses to shorten, though, as Olive Rico Henry knee, Brian Bumo ankle, Aaron Hickey thigh, Kevin Shade groin and Christopher Ajur ankle are unavailable, as are Africa Cup of Nations trio Yon Wissa, Franco Nika, and Simon Gaudos. Ben Mee and Ivan Toney are also serving their respective suspensions. The latter's ban runs its course one day after the replay, and Frank will likely call upon the returning Vitaly Janelt to fill the Norgard void. Wolverhampton Wanderers possible starting lineup: Sa, Kilman, Todi, S. Bueno, Semedo, Doyle, Bellegarde, Doherty, Sarabia, Cunha, Neto. Brentford possible starting lineup: Flecken, Zenka, Collins, Pinnock, Rorslev, Jensen, Janelt, De Silva, Lewis Potter, Yarmoliak, Maupay. We say, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1-0 Brentford. Injuries, suspensions and international absentees will hit both sides hard ahead of Tuesday's replay. And despite Frank's rallying call for a greater cutting edge in attack, his pleas may fall on deaf ears. A penny for Tony's thoughts as he helplessly watches on one day before his 8-month suspension comes to an end. But with Wolves often proving too tough to break down at Molineux, O'Neill's side are our favourites to advance to round 4. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.